Sorry. Okay. Hi, I'm Ethan.
And I'm Will.
And
welcome to the Flagstaff Squadron. Today we're going to be rating and reviewing Episode 4, A New Hope, which was the first of the original trilogy.
And, well, let's just get right into it. So, let's just talk about the overview of the movie first. So, obviously this was the first one ever made, so it was the start of something great, in my opinion. So it started all of the things that you see in Star Wars movies to come, which is just really, really cool and important for me. So, well, obviously it starts with a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, and then it's Luke, I believe. And Luke is a farmer on Tatooine, and he wants to join the Empire, I guess. He wants to join the pilot thing. He wants to be a pilot, and so he meets these two droids, C-3PO and R2-D2, and he buys them from the Jawas.
Which is his most one of his iconic lines. But I was gonna go to Tashi Station to pick up some power converters.
You can waste time with your friends when your chores are done. Yeah. So it's got a lot of fun lines. And so what happens next?
Well, if memory serves correctly, right? That sounded professional. Anyway. Wow. I think we cut to the Empire and Leia is there in her cell.
Yeah, she got boarded, and that's what happens at the beginning. Forgot about that.
Right.
R2 and C-3PO
relay the message to for giving him an oil bath.
They get the plans for the Death Star, which is the super laser. If you haven't seen A New Hope, go watch A New Hope. This does involve spoilers. The super weapon can destroy entire planets. The plans to that which involve a weakness that could destroy the entire thing are hidden inside of R2, and then they get jettisoned onto...
and can't forget the Princess Leia message.
Yeah.
Where Luke is all like...
She's so beautiful.
Sister alert.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And, yeah, so they get the plans, and they try to get a...
Well, I mean, first they meet Obi-Wan.
Yeah. So it's a message that is addressed to Obi-Wan Kenobi, who R2 says is his master. And Luke is like, oh, maybe you mean old Ben Kenobi. He lives out in the woods. He's kind of like a weird hermit. So they take him to him. There's a lot of stuff with sand people. Sand.
Yes.
And so yeah, they're sent. They go to find Ben Kenobi, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Well, of course I know him. He's me.
He gives his lightsaber to Luke, and Luke, the first thing he does, it goes in the face.
That would be funny.
Anyway, and then he talks about how Darth Vader killed his father, and then they decide to go to Mos Eisley Cantina.
They're on their way to the Alderaan system, because his uncle and aunt, Luke's uncle and aunt, were killed by the stormtroopers. Which apparently, there's some plot holes in this that maybe they're solved. Let us know in the comments down below if you know the answer to these. Obi-Wan is talking about how it's meant to look as if the attack was done by sand people, but it was like, and these blaster marks are too accurate for a sand person. This level of accuracy could only be achieved by an Imperial stormtrooper. But stormtroopers are not accurate in the slightest.
I got you.
Look, I've got him in my sights. Bam.
Turn. But anyway, they have to go to Han Solo because they need a ship.
They need a ship. They need
that leads to
the
the whole Star Wars thing about who shot first.
Yeah, Greedo. And then
I thought it was Han. I'm fairly certain Han shot first.
Well, I was talking about the scene, Greedo. Han shot first, yes. In the original. Go check out the despecialized editions. They're a group of people who decided to reverse the original, the gross specialized editions that you see on Disney Plus and all those sort of things. They reverse it, so like a lot of things that they add in the specialized editions, like they put CGI monsters like walking across the frame. It's really bad. Like, just because the main characters, are in the background of the scene, like they're pretty far away from the camera, that doesn't mean you have to have like huge dinosaurs walking directly in front of the camera.
Anyway, they convince Han to go with them, and then they get ambushed by Jabba the Hutt and a bunch of other people, right?
Yeah,
And then that's where you first meet Boba Fett.
You meet Boba Fett, and he just kind of looks at the camera. It's like, oh, look at this epic guy in armor. He might be in the next one.
He is.
He might say 5 lines. Yeah, and then
not as if we're counting. Definitely not.
no.
Anyway, and so they're flying, and all of a sudden they go, "Is that a moon?"
No, they're flying, and they go through light speed, and they're like, wait, but we're at the right coordinates, but Alderaan isn't there. It's been blown to bits.
They don't know that though.
Well, they do.
Oh, they
That's
do?
what Han says.
Oh.
And then they go up to the they're stuck in a tractor beam, and that's no moon. It's a space station. It's too big to be a space station. Oh, it's a space station. Darn it!
But it's a.
Then most of the whole rest of the movie involves them rescuing the princess, turning off the tractor beam so they can escape.
Obi-Wan's death.
Obi-Wan's death, which is
Dead before he hit the floor.
And they managed to escape with a lot of bungee jumping
and rope swinging.
And
And stormtroopers going, I got you! Nope, I
open the
don't.
blast doors! Open the blast doors! Close the blast doors! Close the blast doors!
And
it's
then
the other way around. Close the blast doors.
And then he's like,
open the blast doors.
Obi-Wan, no! Pulls
No.
away, and then anyway, they fly up. Darth Vader is epic.
Darth Vader's awesome.
And they're basically just playing a game of touch the lightsaber.
No, that was before they even got to the space station. Oh, right. No, the fighting, yeah. It's just a game of like...
They're poking each other.
Clack, clack.
They're not even fighting.
I mean, it was a pretty well choreographed scene for someone
It's
who
a
had never
poke
choreographed
fight.
anything before.
It's a poke fight.
And it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good for 2 old dudes.
And then they just start going... And then Obi-Wan just goes... Dead before he hits the floor. Anyway, they fly, they go to Yavin base.
They go to the Yavin base, and the
Han
Yavin
leaves.
4. Han leaves after he gets his reward, and they go to destroy the Death Star. And then there's a lot of parts about everyone except for Luke gets blown up, and then Luke blows up the Death Star.
And that one other pilot who survives all 3 of the movies.
Wedge. But Wedge leaves.
Huh?
I just watched this scene before we filmed, and it's like there's 3 of them: Wedge, Biggs, and Luke. And then Luke's like, "There's nothing more you can do here," so Wedge leaves. But then it's just Biggs and Luke, and Biggs gets killed.
And then we see Wedge again.
And Wedge comes back at the very end. Yeah, he flies away. And the Millennium Falcon comes back with Han and Chewie.
And Luke turns off this super accuracy system.
He's like, it's use the Force, Luke.
It's more accurate than these guys' idea of accurate.
Turn off your targeting computer, Luke. And then there's lots of stuff like, you turned off your targeting computer, what's wrong?
We're gonna die! We're so screwed! One shot, boom.
One shot, bam, yeah, blue. Seriously.
One shot, Luke.
And then, yeah, so that's the overview. They get medals at the end for saving the day, and then the credits roll. So we're going to...
Poor Chewie. He did a lot of stuff, and all he got was nothing but food.
We're gonna grab our notes real quick. All right. So now we have our notes on my laptop here. So we're gonna look at this, and why don't you start us off with it?
All right. We're gonna do. As you know, we're doing a review on A New Hope. That movie came out on May 25th, 1977.
And the poster will be right in the middle of us right now.
And well, I guess the key points about the poster, it's pretty good. We got Luke standing there with his lightsaber, Darth Vader in the background, C-3PO and R2-D2, and Leia, all those other things. The art's great. I like the coloring in the back. Sort of proves the bad guys are in blue and the good guys are in yellow, orange.
Yeah, I don't know.
Gold?
I don't know. The art on this poster, I mean, it was before it was a Ralph Mercury drawing. So that's why they don't look like they are. Like, now the posters are, actual pictures of the actors. This is a drawing, which I think is really cool. I
It's
think they
pretty
should
big.
do more things like this in the future.
It's pretty big.
Yeah.
And it looks epic. I gotta say, just the whole raise the lightsaber in the air bit's epic.
Yeah. All right. Box office. So this movie made $775.5 million.
Make it rain. The budget was $11 million, so they had a very good budget for the movie.
Yeah. They didn't have a very high budget, obviously.
Right.
But they made do with what they had, and they got really famous for it. So the critic ratings got 92% on Rotten Tomatoes,
8.6 out of 10 on IMDb, lowercase b. Don't understand that.
and 5 out of 5 on Empire.
Even the Empire approves, even though they lost.
All right, audience score is 96%.
Higher than critic ratings, which honestly is not that surprising.
Not that surprising, but it's still pretty close. I mean, the critics and the audience loved it.
Yeah. Probably because they'd never seen a movie like it.
Yeah. All right.
Directing and writing review. Why don't you do that one?
All right. So this movie was very good. So as far as directing and writing goes, anyway, George Lucas, his original script had the stories for all 3 of the original trilogy. Obviously, he revised it so it was only one for each. So it turned into a trilogy.
Instead of one 20-hour movie.
20 hour,
Wait, no, sorry.
4 hours.
No, not 4 hours.
No,
each movie
'cause
was at least 2 hours, so at least.
Well, it wasn't the full script for each movie. It had the story of all of them, but it didn't have the character development and all that we see in the future films. It had all the story, but it was in the time of 4 hours or something.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Great job by him. He did a great job.
And he directed it well too. So all in all, great job by George Lucas.
Cast review. Mark Hamill. We gave him a 9 out of 10. This isn't his fault. Never was. His character was a bit whiny at times. But otherwise than that, he did a good job.
Harrison Ford, also 9 out of 10. He was good at his job. He was also in other George Lucas's other George Lucas movies before that, like American Graffiti.
And then after with Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones. Yeah.
Carrie Fisher, rest in peace. Pretty good.
A little bland and monotone sometimes, but
still good. Alec Guinness, also rest in peace. Wow.
8 out of 10.
He didn't really fully understand. This is just what he said. He didn't really fully understand Star Wars.
Yeah, I feel like
was.
I feel like a lot of the young actors were like, "Oh, cool, science fiction," but he, as being an older guy, was like, "Well, I still think that the old opera films and the silent films are better." He starred in those earlier films.
Right, but then throughout the rest of the series, he did great.
Yeah.
David Prowse / James Earl Jones. I know.
So as a combo, 10 out of 10, definitely. David Prowse was the body of Darth Vader, and James Earl Jones was the voice. And again, as a combination with the bulk of Prowse and the menacing voice of Jones, it really gets across the scariness of the character, or the intended scariness. Not sure how the actual audience reacts to the scariness of the
I think
character.
it was because they'd never seen anything like it.
When
So
this movie
it's
came out,
probably
anyway.
scared the crap out of them.
And then good acting on both of their parts. Yeah.
My personal opinion, movie was good. My favorite part of the entire movie has got to be Darth Vader. He was very scary. I remember first watching it. I think I cowered in my little corner. I was like, and he was very Sith-like, even more so than Palpatine is.
Yeah. Palpatine is scary, but in a different way.
Luke may have been a bit whiny, but he was also one of the best parts of the movie.
Yeah.
Just his, I'm coining the new nickname, One-Shot Luke.
One-shot Luke.
Shoots that stormtrooper once, garbage chute thing once. I don't know. Let's see. The Death Star he shot first. I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of cried when Obi-Wan died, because when I first watched it, I thought that he was the best part. I thought that he was epic.
Obi-Wan is great as a character in general.
Yes, and he died. I was like, oh man. And Han Solo, Leia, Chewbacca, C-3PO, and also D2,
Also
and
D2.
R2-D2 were also very good. Overall, it was a good movie, and I liked it. And we gave it a number 2 on the rank board. That's right.
My personal opinion. So this movie holds a nostalgic value for me because it holds a nostalgic value for me because it was one of the first Star Wars movies I was introduced to as a kid. And as I got older and was able to tell the difference between good and bad movies, like I used to love the prequels, like Attack of the Clones. Go watch our movie review series up in the right-hand corner right now. And the sequel movies that I also loved. This one's actually really good. All of the actors and the writing was really good. It was start of something great. And yeah, we both ranked it number 2 on the rank board. So we're gonna go grab our rank board right now. Okay.
I don't need to stand up.
So I made this yesterday. I think it turned out pretty good. I have, it's made out of cardboard, obviously, and it has, the Roman numerals for every film. I already put on the prequels. Go watch our other ones, and hold that up, please. We have the sticker here that has A New Hope on it, and we both ranked it number 2, so let's get it on there.
Stick it on here. There we go.
And that concludes our 4th movie review. Go ahead and watch our other videos. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good rest of your week.